I'm going to call Mark Mitchell.
Mr Chair, I have to say that I am very surprised that the Labor whip took a point of order against a Green member.
I've ruled on that matter, and that's the end of it. And so we won't get into this cross-play. I've ruled on that matter. I told the member who was speaking at the time that that was what the member should do. She came back to the bill, so we can't relitigate those points that I've already ruled on. Mark Mitchell.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for clarifying that, Mr Chair. I'm very happy to take a call on part 1 of the parental leave and employment protection 6 months paid leave and work contact hours amendment bill. And I want to acknowledge, I'll come back to it, I'll probably come back to it, but Mr Chair, I do want to acknowledge the chair of our committee, the Government Admin Committee, and she's done a very good job of chairing the committee and taking this bill through. And I hope that she takes a call on the House tonight to speak to the bill. I want to acknowledge the member, of course. And of course, I have got some questions too, and I hope that the chair will allow me a little bit of latitude to address some of the issues that were raised by the opposition members during our speeches on this part. Cost keeps getting raised, and I want to speak about cost because we've got the Ministry of Business, Innovation and Employment that have worked on the costings and have come back and were able to report and inform the committee that the cost was going to be $445.8 million over the next 4 years. That's a significant amount. And anyone sitting at home and as in charge of their own household budgets know that if you take money from somewhere, then you've either got to replace it, or one of the family is going to miss out on something. So I'm really interested to hear, and I would ask the member when she takes a call, and I'm hoping that she takes a call after mine, to run through again and explain to us where the money is going to come from over the next 4 years. Well, it'd be good for her to highlight that again and talk us through that again. So where the money is going to come from, and where the savings are, because one of the interesting points that was raised, and I'm sure that the Madam Chair would agree with me on this one, is that there's going to be is that by extending the paid parental leave, is that somehow we're not going to have to build any more prisons. So there's going to be a big saving in the construction of prisons. I can't see that. I'd like to know the rationale. I'd like to know the methodology behind that statement, because me personally, I can't see that. I'm going to come back to cost, but I want to talk about small business, because my colleague and the Deputy Chair of our committee, Paul Foster-Bell, he raised a very good point, and that is the fact that we heard submissions from small business owners. And actually, when you look at the New Zealand economy, 70% of our economy is made up with small to medium-sized businesses. And actually, when you actually delve into it, when you have a look at our small businesses out there that are always passionate about what they're doing and are always looking for the ability to be able to grow, often cash is king, right? So they want to make payroll every fortnight. They want to make payroll every month. Their employees are extremely important to them. And so when we as a parliament that aren't actually out there every day, when we aren't the ones out there every day working hard and toiling hard, trying to grow these businesses, trying to make sure there's a strong cash flow, that we're very careful about what we do in here, because what the decisions that we make in here will have a direct impact and can have a direct negative impact in what our productive part of the economy is trying to achieve and do. So a policy like this needs to be examined very, very closely. I think I just want to highlight and come back to the comment that my colleague Sarah Dowie made. It was very good, in the sense that we do support paid parental leave, and this government's got a proud record of having extended that and taken a round of policies that actually provide more support to new parents. And I think a very interesting point that came up during our select committee process was that we assume that it always relates to mothers. Actually, it doesn't. Having been a single father myself, it actually relates to fathers as well. And that brings me to another point that I'd like to highlight, and that is one of the issues that was raised the last time we took calls in the House. Mr. Chair.
I'm going to call Annalise Galloway.
Moves that the